I'm just doing my thing, living my dreams.
We are Nigerians, and be responsible and be dutiful and know the things that we need to do, because some of us don't really know. We haven't had the advantage of being in best practice situations, and I'm hoping that through our conversations we're encouraged to really learn the things that we need to learn to place Nigeria amongst the community of great nations. This is a brand new year, and I'm trying to take this year slowly, but Lagos traffic is not allowing me to take it slow. Oh my word. And then this border closure thing is really affecting me. It's affecting a lot of people that I know. My driver went away and hasn't returned because he's from Republic du Benin. And apparently, I can only imagine what their passport office looks like now. Most likely inundated with people trying to get passports, because I think because they're ECOWAS, nobody's saying don't come back, but they're saying we want to properly identify you when you enter the country. So Lagos traffic is not having it easy with us. And by the grace of God, we'll sound chirpy regardless. So we're continuing with our theme from the end of last year, where we talked about setting goals. We wanted everyone to start visualizing what their 2020 would be like. I've met a lot of people who have said, please, I'm not interested in goal setting. Look, all the ones I set in the past, nothing really happened. But I did mention that. I did mention some tips, as to how some people that I know manage their goal setting. My husband, for instance, has this granular, elongated list that he writes out on a sheet of paper and he pastes it on the inside part of the wardrobe. Because every time he has to take his clothes out, he has to see the things that he has achieved or hasn't managed to achieve. And that's a daily, constant reminder that there are all these things that he needs to achieve. And I did share my own goals for the year. And one of them is that I'm going to take it a lot easier. 2019, when you talk about digging deep, I dug deeper. And so 2020, I believe that things would come a lot more easily. So, but goal setting continues to be a big thing at this time of year. And so we're going to look at the topic, goal setting, why people don't follow through. And people don't follow through for many reasons. And you know yourselves. Or we know ourselves, But I try, so let me lump myself with you guys. For many, motivation actually dwindles whenever we expect unexpected hurdles. And so it can just be demoralizing. Everything seems to be going good, and then, something happens and doubts begin to set in. But then you remember that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. And we oftentimes hear about Thomas Edison, who many believe had learning disabilities and who was actually the inventor of the electric light, who, despite many unsuccessful attempts, he did come up with that. But I think, was it 900 times? They said he tried, and then he doesn't consider them failures. He just thought it was 900 opportunities to make it better. And that's why we continue to use the light bulb today, albeit improvements in different ways. So because this is such an important topic, and because we know that it does help to have a strategy towards achieving anything that we want to achieve, we've brought two experts in to the house today. We have Tolu Afonja and Ezeogu Chukwuemeka Kayode. That's a full Nigerian.
Yeah. Just need to add an Ibrahim or something.
Right.
Yeah,
and you do look like Ibrahim, so I think that completes it.
Are you killed?
He's a good blend.
Just
really good blend.
Just put it together.
Right, so I would read your citation before you can, at least, some of it. So, Tolu is a certified life and relationship coach, a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, a certified emotional intelligence certified practitioner, a certified professional in HR And she is the COO of Olusola Lanre Coaching Academy, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. She has 15 years of experience in HR and administration, cutting across education, banking, consulting, and coaching. So you can't tell me that, hey, she's just speaking from one point of view. So she has experience across board. And in March 2019, Tolu was honored with the Icon Award at the Coaching Icon Awards held in Lagos for her contributions to the coaching industry in Nigeria. Welcome again, Tolu.
Thank you.
And then we have Emeka, the Nigerian. He's also a certified leadership coach. He's a life success coach, a certified practitioner, and head of Academy and Coaching Services, OLCA, a management workplace psychologist with experience in managerial as well as organizational psychology. He's an author, he's a corporate trainer, he's a conference speaker, and he's also part of the Olusola Lanre Coaching Academy. And he's worked for various non-profit organizations, faith-based organizations, and NGOs. See what I told you? We have 3 experts in the house, and they're going to tell us why people don't follow through. And I think that should help us follow through. Because isn't it? Right? Welcome, Emeka. So it should help us follow through, right? When we talk about the challenge, because, you know, we're all about solutions on the Good Citizen Radio Show. I remember when we first started, when Tosin was here, so rest in peace, we always, every episode reminded people that we didn't want any negativity. Okay, so we don't just talk about the bad stuff just for the sake of it. We want for it to be an opportunity to build, you know, ourselves to the things that we want to be. So, why do people fail?
Why do people fail? Well,
why don't they follow through on their goals?
There's so many reasons why people don't follow through on their goals. So sometime last year or 2 years ago, we did a research, and one of the things he said, you know, during your introduction was the fact that so people said they don't even set goals again because they have been, they don't follow through. And why don't they set again is because they have tried to set before, they don't follow through, and then all manner of emotions set in. So they get frustrated, they get disappointed, they become very sad, and there's nothing motivating them to even attempt to set the goal again. Some still attempt and go round and round in circles with the same patterns of not achieving what they have set. So why don't they achieve their goals? I mean, we heard so many times about SMART goals. You know, one of the basic reasons is the ability to articulate your goals. You know, having it to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. But when I mean specific, that is where the articulation really comes in. So we get lost in not being able to be specific, to articulate that this is what I really want. So when people come for when people come for goal setting and you ask, okay, so what do you really want? And they're like, okay, I just want to be happy. You know, what does happiness mean for you?
Right.
You know, what are the tangible things that you will see to let you know that you are happy? You know, and then we just go round and round in circles and not able to specifically articulate that.
I think for me, it's how you begin. All right, how you begin. We're creatures of habits. We're caused to repeat our patterns over and over again. You know, the funny thing is, you are going to repeat your pattern on every goal you set, and sometimes you don't even know those patterns.
Okay.
You are going to repeat your pattern.
For example.
All right.
You know we're not coaching.
I get that.
Yeah, so break it down.
All right. So, they say 92% of people who make New Year resolutions at the second week exactly will go back to status quo.
Really?
Because we are creatures of habit. I've been doing these things in a particular way over and over again. I mean, I'm not going to just expect that because I'm in a new year, my patterns will just change because the year has changed or the calendar has changed or the date has changed. No, I wake up at a certain time every day. I woke up like that the whole of 2019. I'm not just suddenly going to change because it's 2020. If I woke up every day at 6 a.m. before, in the whole year, I'm not going to expect that by 2020 I just suddenly, because it's a new year, I wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m.
Can try for the first day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then by the second week,
you're going back to your program, because that's how you run. You're supposed to function on a program. So why people don't follow through? They repeat their program. And the biggest challenge is they don't understand that this is a program. So if they're going to overcome that, there are two things that they do. The first thing is you analyze. You analyze the goals that you actually set and succeeded. Take them apart. What patterns helped me deliver this goal? I need to know the pattern. Because if I know that pattern, all I'll have to do is replicate the pattern again. Then the second one, you run an autopsy on the goals you did not achieve. I like autopsy. You're basically...
Well, they did die, so...
Yeah. Why did I not achieve this goal? Why did I sabotage this goal? What came into the process? Now, when you understand that, critically, what comes to you is that you now know your failure model. If I'm not going to achieve a goal, these are the things that will happen before I'm very certain this goal will not be achieved. Now, when you're armed with these two things, your success model via analysis of the goals you achieved, and your failure model via the autopsies of the goals you failed at, you are armed with information that can help you alter your program or you know which program to replicate, you know which program to shut down. Vis-a-vis the goals you're going to set. If you don't go into a new goal-setting era with this level of intelligence, you will not achieve your goal.
Right. So when you were talking, I was thinking, so when I run my weight loss programs, okay, tell me whether I pass or fail. Okay.
You will know.
So now I'm going to explain it to you, so you tell me whether I pass or fail, right? Because at the beginning of the year, whenever I agree to myself that I will lose 3 kg, for instance, I start making sure that every time that I take my kids to the stadium, I go to the open air gym areas, I make sure that I start playing tennis again, I make sure that I stop eating after 7, and it works, okay? And then after a few months, there's a party somewhere, and I go back to... So I avoid carbs as well. And then I go back to searching patterns of behavior. So I start eating carbs, I start drinking fizzy drinks, and I see the weight come back up. But then again, during the course of the year, I remember my goal and I go back. So is that failure? Because
it's like a yin-yang.
It's like a yo-yo.
Yin-yang.
Like a yo-yo effect. You're bouncing back and forth. But
so it's not quite failure. It's...
they're
working on it.
Is it to you?
I don't know.
Okay.
So when I go back, I guess it's some failure, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's up to you. So you defined what your goal was,
right?
In terms of, I want to be a particular weight by so and so time, and maybe you achieved that at that time, and then you felt,
time bound,
and then you felt that okay now, but then. It's another thing to say, I want to be this by this, I want to have this weight by this time. It's another thing to say, I want to have and maintain this particular weight. I want to have it by this time and maintain it for the next 3 months or the next 4 months after this date. And then you go into maintenance mode. So most of the time when people set weight loss goals, they just want to drop.
I think there's even a fundamental
They just want to drop, but they're not able to...
so I hear that it's a lifestyle change that you need to do.
Yes, a lifestyle change, but not just to just drop the weight and they feel, okay, fine, I've achieved my goal, and then they just do that.
Yeah, I was saying I think there's a fundamental problem in how that goal was even phrased. When you say you want to lose weight,
Kochi, carry on.
When you say you want to lose weight, you're setting yourself up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you give yourself a target weight. Is that it? What should I say?
The way you are, your system would protect you against a loss.
Right.
You don't understand. So when you say, I want to lose weight, you're actually saying something that your own system would help you sabotage because it wants to protect you against a loss.
Okay, so hold that thought. We have to go on a quick break. Please hold that thought about your system protecting you even when you might be overweight. But we'll be right back on the Good Citizen Radio Show after the short break.
The Aspire Coronation Trust, ACT Foundation, is a non-profit organization established to help local, national, and regional non-profit organizations working to address the challenges and associated vulnerabilities across Africa. Our interventions are focused on 4 key areas, which are health, entrepreneurship, environment, and leadership. At ACT Foundation, we believe that together we can make a difference. So, let's come together to make the positive social impact we desire in our world.
Welcome back to the Good Citizen Radio Show. So we're talking about your body fighting weight loss. I know you didn't quite say it like that, but we have a call. Do we still have that call? So we've lost that call. So yes, you were saying.
Yeah, in neuroscience, this is actually proven. Mm-hmm. If I were to tell you, all right, not to think about something, the first image that pops in your mind is that thing before anything else.
Yes.
If I were to tell you not, the conscious, the mind is split into the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is about your physical and present awareness. Your subconscious mind runs every other thing that is happening around you, even when you're sleeping. Now, it is in that subconscious that you have everything you really need to run with. The wealth of information, the place of will and empowerment and all of that. So when you, between the conscious and the subconscious mind, there is something we call a reticular activating system, or RAS.
Okay, so we have a call. Hello? We've lost that call. So guys, you can call in. It's 0700 923 923 93. Again, it's 0700 923 93 93.
But I was trying to get at it, to get to it. So yeah, okay.
We have a call. Hello?
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
My name is Yang.
Yang, thank you for calling the Good Citizen Radio Show. Do you have a question or contribution?
Okay, contribution, basically.
Okay.
Okay, I just picked on what he said the last time. He talked about creatures of habits, talked about subconscious, and I really appreciate that. Because sometimes we don't realize that the enemy is the inner me. And we are more subconscious than we care to admit. So a lot of things we are doing on subconscious level. So we are talking things consciously, but we are wired to do other things subconsciously. So we say, I will do this, I'll do that. But what is wired that way? So people don't get it. So they think is by what you're saying. It's not just what you're saying, it's how you are wired. The neural paths that have been formed over time. So I really appreciate it. Just to appreciate what he's saying, I'm following. So I just want to let you know I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yang, for calling. Emeka, so he appreciates what you were saying. And we've got only 8 minutes left. So I wanted to be able to dip into other things. So can one set too many goals, for instance? Can one set too many goals and, should we set big goals or small goals? How would you know that your goal is, almost too big? Although then my bank said impossible is nothing.
So there is,
and I believe it. Okay. So
there is your comfort zone, there is your stretch zone, and then there is your stress zone. Now, every goal that puts you in a comfort zone is a small goal. You will not achieve it. You will sabotage it because you think you can always do it. That's one of the reasons people procrastinate.
Oh, really?
They think they can always do it. I can always do it tomorrow.
I can always come back to it.
Now,
right.
Every goal that puts you in a stress zone or an anxiety zone, you will not achieve. Because that takes you into places where you don't have capacity or capability for. Right. You will sabotage it.
Right.
The best goals you set are goals that stretch you.
Right.
Right? They require that you do a little more than you already have. They require that you add to your capacity, build and stuff, but they have to stretch you. So, yes, if you set too little goals, most times you will not achieve them because they're very simple. If you set too many goals, which is one of the reasons people don't achieve their goals, they are just too many, they're overwhelming, all right? But goals that...
Is there a number that is good for a year? No, you can't tell us.
I mean, there are 12 critical areas. It depends on where you want to set.
There are what?
12 critical areas in life.
Right. What are the 12 critical areas?
Oh, my.
Kochi. Yeah, that's what I just quickly told.
Okay, so we have relationship and marriage.
Right.
We have achievement and success. We
Right.
have health and well-being, spirituality, finance and wealth. You have self-esteem and confidence. You have family. You have social networks, and what
Still a lot of them. Energy, passion.
Energy, passion, and
Family is different from marriage.
Yeah. Oh,
yes, there's two different things. So relationship and marriage, and then you have
home.
family and home, and then you have social networks.
Right.
You know,
Friendship.
and friendship.
That's the one I'm dropping for this year.
So when we set goals, we're trying to look for, trying to create the harmony in these areas. But when you set too many goals, so it depends on how and which areas you're setting these goals. Otherwise, you're just setting up yourself for sabotage. You know, you just get overwhelmed and not.
So from what if there are 12 what are
Critical areas.
areas
Yeah.
of life. So if I set 12 goals, they're not too many.
No, they're not too many if you know, because all of them would not have, your specific, and all of them might not exactly have the same timelines or dates. And sometimes achieving one goal has, because there are tools we use in this. One of the tools is a wheel. The way the wheel is designed, there are adjacent sides. So sometimes if you set a goal, for example, in relationship and marriage, it might just ping back. Okay, for example, in friendship, right? It might just ping back and help you achieve your goals in relationship and marriage. Right? So it's almost like that
Right, they're
sometimes.
almost like interrelated.
Exactly.
sometimes.
Right. So you can set 12 of them, but sometimes when you achieve one, it helps you achieve the other one. You just know where you're going to and
hear you.
how much progress you're making
Hear
per
you.
time.
So it's barely 10 days into the new year. What advice would you have for people who are already falling off track on their goals? And, you know, do you have any tips on how to keep people motivated through the year?
So I think one of the first things is for people to get an accountability partner. Because you can't set a goal and you're setting it for yourself and you're not accountable to anybody. So how do you walk through that goal? You know, so one of the basic things is...
You're talking to me there. Okay.
One of the basic things is to get an accountability partner, and you are vulnerable to that partner. So when you achieve the goal, you celebrate yourself. When you don't achieve your goal, you punish yourself. You know, yeah.
Another thing I think most people leave out most times is their goals are in their head.
Yeah, so they don't write it.
They don't write it down.
They even see it.
They don't see it. And there is a maxim that you become what you behold. You actually really become what you behold. There's a way you are inspired to keep chasing something you're constantly seeing.
Okay.
Something that is
What about
always...
somebody like me? I always say that I don't necessarily write my goals, but I vocalize it.
That's
so when
another-
I say it, I feel like I'll be held accountable because someone will have to ask me, you said you were going to do this. So have you done it?
How often do you say it?
Not as often as I mean, the ones that I'm afraid of, I don't say.
So you're still not ready to make yourself vulnerable because you know that your partner, whoever your accountability partner will come lashing at you.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
So I think it's three things. See it, say it consistently, and have somebody hold you accountable for making it come to pass.
Wow. Okay, so if you wanted to see it, say that again. So see it.
Say it consistently, and have somebody hold you accountable for making it come to pass.
And have someone hold you accountable for making it come to pass. That was, those were gems. Like I said, I keep on hearing accountability partners. I've pretty much considered myself one who is accountable. So, but then when you said this and as we were talking, I looked at my goals for 2020 and I realized I'd been hiding it. I just said, oh, well, so you're guilty of that. And those were indeed gems. Thank you so much for sharing those with us, Tolu and Emeka. So if we wanted to get more on this, where would we get it from?
Okay, so the Olusola Lanre Coaching Academy.
It's online?
It's online. You can reach us by calling 0807 707 7000.
And can the average person afford?
Oh, yes. So just call us or send an email to info@olcang.com. We have a program coming up before the end of the year, before the end of the month, 25th to 26th of January, called the Life Design and Mapping program, which is visualization, goal setting, and
26 and 27 here.
25th and
26 here in Lagos.
Here in Lagos at the Academy.
Thank you so much. I think to summarize the things that you said, you talked about, Emeka, knowing the pattern, assessing the goals that you set, and knowing the pattern which you used to achieve, the goals that you did achieve, so that you can repeat those patterns.
Exactly.
Right? And then you also advise that we run an autopsy on the goals that we didn't actually achieve in order that we don't repeat them.
Exactly.
Right? So that you know your failure model. I love it when you coachy guys speak. Like, there are always phrases for all these things. And then you also said, never phrase your goals negatively.
Exactly.
Because our subconscious doesn't deal with negativity, you know. And then don't set stress or easy goals. Set stretch goals. Because those you would achieve, stress would be too much. And then finally have an accountability partner. See it, say it, and have someone say it consistently, and have someone hold you accountable to it. Thank you so much. Those indeed were gems. Thank you all at home for listening to this program on why people fail at goal setting. You've been listening to the Good Citizen Radio Show, and my name is Bekeme. Follow the conversation on social media. Keep on sending us messages at Good Citizen NG. If you didn't watch live, plan to watch live next week at ifm923.com/watch-live. Like I said, we're happy to keep on talking to you. Send us a message on WhatsApp on 0906-2634-111. The show is brought to you by the very special CSR in Action and is funded by ACT Foundation. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend. God bless. Bye-bye.
Doing my thing, living